Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have a very highly anticipated kayak, one that a lot of people still don't have right now, and that I was actually lucky enough to get in on one of the first wave of shipments. Right here I get the Vibe Shearwater 125. Today we're going to go over things I like about the boat, things I don't like about the boat, and some things you have to alter to make them work, fine tune a little bit for you to make the boat the best it can be. So we'll start at the front here of the boat. We have a very sharp keel, and it's great design. It cuts through the water like a beauty. You do get a little bit of hull slap on it, but nothing too crazy, only on some larger waves. You have the regular Vibe Phantom handles, very sturdy, very nice. I do suggest going around with a screwdriver on the boat when you get it. Make sure everything's tight, and then for the next few times you take the boat out, tighten everything up to make sure it's solid. I have the flex wing covers here. These are for the horizontal rod stagers. They keep the rod tips down, and I actually use one of the grommets to run my anchor trolley, no-drill trolley. You have their Vibe flex top. This is very nice. It's good gear storage underneath. Get all the storage you need. One thing about it though is it is a little bit of a challenge to get the bungee to be on the clip here. You kind of have to slide your finger in like that and then push it. No big deal. Moving back a little bit, got your top loading track mounts, which are very nice. I actually like these a lot. They work well. It's a little bit finicky to get a top loading in there if you not have the skinny T-bolts, but it works well. This is the dry pod that they include with the boat. I have my transducer on it currently for my Hummingbird, and that's just bolted right on to the pre-inserted brass threads. I did a through haul from Wilderness Systems in a Yak Attack Mighty Mount, which will take my ram ball for my fish finder. If you open it up, you just got my wires, storage. I keep extra tie downs in there for the boat, like my phone clip and stuff like that, and it's actually pretty good. Right here you have the stand-up assist strap bar, and I put my phone leash on that as well as like my plier leash, and I'll be putting my hobie drive leash on that clip as well. Right now it's on my pod. The deck padding is nice. It's a good soft feel to it, and it feels nice when you're standing on it. The red deck piping is more of a burnt orange color, but again, I really could care less about the color of the deck piping. I just want the product to work, which it does. These are the screws that hold in the pods. At first they felt a little loose, so I went ahead and added these little washers on there to just spread the strength of the screw and give it a little bit of a spacer to suck up one more thread to be tighter on the pod. And as you can see, that worked. You have a nice audible click, and you do that and the pod comes right up, and there you go. So it comes from the factory with one gasket here. I did add a second gasket just to make the pod a little bit more secure, and not all boats are going to need that, but I went ahead and did it because my pod did have a little bit of play in it that I wasn't liking, so I just went ahead and added the gasket, and now this thing is rock solid. I mean, it doesn't move left to right at all, up and down at all. The tow control rudders, these are from the Sea Ghosts. They will be updated to the free flow rudder system that they will be sending out. They just didn't have any stock on hand to send them, so instead of delaying the boat, they sent these. Standing perches are nice, more phantom grip handles. And then moving on to the seat, which is a very nice part of the boat here. We have a couple different seating positions. This is the high, and it sits like this. You sit up actually pretty high on it. To go to the lower position, but still high in the back, you just fold the bar down, sit it in place, and now it's level. You get shrimp clips here that they call them, and that just secures the seat in. The tray as well with the mesh cover. And then to go in the low position, you just pick it up, go in low, same thing, clip it in, and then you can again go to the higher position, and now you're in the low high. It's on track mounts, so the seat slides. All you have to do is loosen those nuts there, and the whole thing slides forward and back. Vibe does give you the horizontal rod stagers right here. The only thing about these is I wish they were a little bit of a different angle to get the rod tips more to the left. I noticed they hit their toe controls, but it might change when they get the free flow braces on. The standing perch is great. It gives you a little bit of an elevation. I do have the seating / standing perch for the seat coming. It's not arrived yet. Neither has the paddle pod for my hobie drive. And the Bixby is coming this week actually, which I'm pretty excited about. I put a no drill anchor trolley. As I mentioned, you have the thing up there for the flex wing cover that holds one piece, a couple trolleys or pulleys, and then this is how I did it. It works very nice. I like the anchor trolley just because I like to position into the wind how I want to be. Here you get two 3600 trays that each one holds 2, or holds a Bixby battery, or I did find out it holds a Yeti bottle, the 36 ounce this way, or maybe we might be able to get the 60 ounce in there. 4 rod holders, very nice. I normally do 4 in the back, 1 in a holder, and then 1 on the horizontal stager up front. I do have my paddle leash connected to that. I connected to the bungee so it doesn't make noise when it's splashing around. The back tank well's huge. I run a massive tackle bag this way, a cooler in the back, and then a Bixby either in this little tiny thing here, or I might put the Bixby battery there. There's access panels here in the middle of the boat and in the front, and just like the latches, I did go ahead and put some washers in there just to make it a little bit more of a secure connection, and so I don't be stripping through the plastic. More top loading gear tracks in the back. I put my rod leashes connected to these little grommets for the bungee system back here, and these little clips are cool. They hold the coolers, and they actually go inside of a cooler, so you can open the top without affecting the tie down of the cooler. Get the drain plug back here, standard drain plug. 4 power pole mounts, well 2 mounts, 4 holes for each side. You can put a gear track back there, anything you really want. The gravity rudder works very nice. There's a little retainer here for the spare clip, and then you just simply let it go. Just like that. You get the steering handle goes here. I again don't have that shipped to me yet, so I have to wait to put that on. And it comes pre-plumbed with tubes to go through to the back, which they all come out here. You get your steering toe controls, and then you have your 2 for the steering handle. Another handle back here. And then what's cool about this too is you have these handles on the bottom of the boat that are built in. Those are really cool. The rudder is kind of in the way when you do that, but not crazy. You kind of just have to stick your body out a little bit. The underside of the boat is, just regular underside of a boat. There's nothing crazy to it. That's how the pod sticks out. You have the Transducer Bay here, which the nose of the kayak does block it. This is size scan transducer, and this does work how it is now. As you can see, it just barely sticks out, and that works great. So one thing about this boat that some people were talking about is there's flex in the deck. For me, I mean, it's a plastic boat. I have this one, the Sea Ghost, and this. The only flex I can see, I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this, but it's minimal flex. I mean, there is some back here. The standing perches as well. I don't, not much flex at all. And then if you walk down to where you're supposed to be, nothing here. You can walk on all of this. Nothing crazy either. But overall, this Vibe Shearwater is pretty sweet. It is extremely stable in the boat, and it is just one hell of a fishing kayak. I really like it, and I'm excited to get the pedal drive on it, which I have sitting in my house, but I don't have the pod yet, and the Bixby's going on this weekend. Compared to the Sea Ghost, it's just fatter and lower to the water, and obviously you have the whole open console, which is what desired me to get this boat. Overall, I think it's a great boat. It's a great kayak. I'm excited to get it out on the water with all of the accessories and all of the pieces that make it a whole kayak.